Thank you. We took a look at plans for the development of a town centre in Cherrywood in South Dublin earlier in the week, which promises to deliver around 4,000 housing units in time. However, new figures from the Society of Chartered Surveyors today indicate that planning permission was granted for only 13 residential schemes of more than 25 housing units in the Dublin area in the third quarter of the year. That at a time when housing demand has never been stronger. Michael Cleary is a member of the SCSI's Planning and Development Professional Group and is here now. So Michael, these are relatively large-scale residential schemes of more than 25 houses. How many units in total would we be looking at in those 13 developments?
In those 13 developments, you're looking at about 1,200 or possibly 1,300 units, and as you say, it's above a 25 unit development scale is what we measure. So we're not talking about infill sites that a lot of people might see around the city. We're talking about larger schemes that driven by more commercial development.
And these are only at the planning stage, so it would take time to deliver these.
I suppose the headline figures that we've seen so far is the significant drop off in the numbers of planning permissions coming through. That's the first thing we would say, and that's one of the guides in terms of the where commencements will happen eventually. To deliver the housing schemes, you have to not only have to get planning, but then you obviously have to lodge commencements, which is a technical next stage in to get your scheme up and running. And so a lot of these housing developments could take 2 or 3 years to deliver. And at the numbers of we're seeing so far in terms of commencements, let alone planning permissions issuing, but commencements, we would estimate that in the greater Dublin area there'll be approximately 2,700, maybe 3,000 commencements this year. And yet we have, from our own studies, established that we need about 7,000 housing units per annum to meet the demand. So we're well off that target.
So there's a huge shortage there, and it's going to be there for a few more years, it seems.
The issues are with property development generally, and particularly with housing, is that it is capital intensive. It's a low margin business, and historically it's also been quite a risk business in that you would only build on a stage basis to the demands that's in the market. So therefore, in this scenario that we're looking at here, because there's such a low number of planning permissions coming through, it signals to us that for a number of reasons, possibly that developers are reticent about lodging planning applications pending the new development plan standards coming out in the next Dublin City Council development plan, plus possibly fears over the purchasers in the market who are willing to buy the units, plus possible issues regarding access to capital themselves, that actually the number of units that will be commenced may actually decrease or may not actually increase over the next number of years.
What are you expecting to see in those Dublin City development plans? How might that affect the overall number?
What has been rumoured and what has been asked for by Alan Kelly and what has been speculated and what people have lobbied for is that the development plan standards for Dublin City Council and the new development plan from 2016 to 2022 will allow for increased densities and housing types and apartment types that are appropriate for their locations, such as in the Docklands area, more studio apartments for people who are working in the high technology industries in that location. And
other issues, I presume, like the central bank, but we'll leave it, the central bank restrictions on lending probably having an effect there too. We'll leave it there for the moment. Michael Cleary of the Society of Chartered